Won't you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5.
All right, what's going on at Take 5 Pod? We got a couple of members on today. I'm Mo, of course. We got Ian with us, and we've got Jacob with us. But most importantly, we've got a special guest on with us this Saturday. So we've got Fantasy Matters. How you guys doing this morning?
Doing good. How are y'all doing?
Yeah, we hanging in there, man. Appreciate y'all having us.
All good, all good. Appreciate you guys getting on. I'm getting ready to put up their ads so you guys can go check them out as well. So you guys on YouTube, you guys on what platforms y'all got?
We got YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all at Fantasy Matters VA.
Awesome. So real quick, before we start, why don't you guys tell us about what you guys do and what you guys are bringing to the table today?
Yeah, man. So my son and I, Brendan, we're down in Richmond, Virginia. Well, I guess y'all in Atlanta. So we're up in Richmond, Virginia. So right around when COVID started about 4 years ago, me and him, we always argue about fantasy football. I've been in the same fantasy league for like 20 years. And once he got old enough, I got him in it as well. So we were just sitting around the house during COVID arguing about fantasy football. And I was like, we should do a podcast. So that's how we got into it.
Yeah.
I know it's crazy. So that's how we got into it, man. And it's just a good opportunity for me to stay connected to him. Mm-hmm. We all know how the world works. And it's just, I feel like the better I can stay connected to him, the more chance I get to teach him and kind of learn it, give him those life lessons. So it's been good. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. But we got to ask you. So you're from Virginia,
right?
I see that Eagles jersey on right now.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
All right, so
shoot them straight now. Don't.
No. So, he used to always show me because he used to be Eagles fan,
right?
So he used to always show me this dude number 10. I was like, he's fast. Like who's number 10 running around? Deshaun Jackson, my favorite. That's my favorite athlete. He got me watching the Eagles, and I love Deshaun Jackson, and he got me on the Eagles and Deshaun Jackson. So I just been running with him ever since.
Yeah, he took it to a whole different level. He's right. I was a big Terrell Owens, Donovan McNabb fan, so he and I used to watch the games. He was super little, and it just stuck with him. So here he is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And your favorite Eagle of all time, if you had to pick one.
Favorite Eagle of all time? That's such a hard question. I've never thought about it.
That's a good one though. That's a good one.
I probably have to say someone on that Super Bowl team. I'd have to go with Fletcher Cox just because he's been with us for a long time. We drafted him. He won us a Super Bowl. Like I feel like he's just always good too. Like he never has an off year. So I'm going to go Fletcher Cox.
That's a good one. Your favorite all-time Eagle? Would Deshaun Jackson for you?
Yeah, I think it has to be.
Deshaun Jackson. Okay. All right. Well, me and Jacob on this other side. See, I got my Dirty Bird shirt on as well, so we're representing as well. It's a little bit of a clash here.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the birds.
Yeah, I like the birds.
Absolutely. So we just want to talk, a little bit of football with you guys. Obviously, we're in the off season now.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Bowl, Chiefs 49ers. Did y'all expect that to happen?
Did I?
Honestly, yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it. I did. I knew the Chiefs weren't gonna choke in the playoffs at all, and I felt like the 49ers were the best team in the NFC. So I felt like it was gonna be the 49ers versus the Chiefs.
It played out like I thought it would, man. The teams were closely matched, but I felt like Mahomes was gonna make plays that Purdy wasn't gonna make if it got to crunch time. And that's kind of what happened. So I'm not a betting guy, but if I was to bet some money, I would have bet the Chiefs was going to win.
You don't want to bet against Mahomes.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. See, I was on Mahomes' head. He was like my fantasy team this year.
Wow, you had a good squad.
You would think so. But Mahomes wasn't the best fantasy quarterback. You know what I mean? He was throwing interceptions. Wide receivers were dropping passes all year. So I was like, I don't know if this team has enough, but into the playoffs, I mean, it was a completely different story. It was
they're gonna be tough, man, because I mean, you win a Super Bowl without an elite wide receiver. That's pretty good, man. Yeah. If they get another wide receiver, they're right back in the mix.
It's very true. No, that's very true. Yeah. You know, and funny enough, and he won our fantasy league this year. So we had a Take 5 fantasy league.
Oh, get him, Ian.
Yes, sir.
Get him, Ian.
That's what I do.
Actually, you know, he traded me Devontae Smith. I just want to put that out there. Like, he gave up for your boy. I'm just saying.
Hey, I got a lot in return, so it was.
Hey, Ian must be a stockbroker because he traded Smith when he was high.
Exactly.
I did the same. I did the same thing.
And who did you have on your team? Like, do you remember?
I had a lot of good people. I'm pretty sure I had Amon-Ra, Breece Hall. I want to say I had Sam Laporta, maybe.
There you go.
That's your boy.
Yeah, that was my guy.
I had a lot of good guys. There was someone else too that was really dominant, but I can't remember at the moment.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, if y'all got some extra spots in your league, let us know, man. We always looking for new leagues.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll tell you guys about that. You know, next time around when we come back next season, for sure.
Yeah, that works. That sounds good.
Yeah. So we gotta ask you guys about the fantasy a little bit. So we're gonna treat you guys like fantasy gurus here. All right. So
we're gonna do our best.
Yeah, it's very early. But I just know what rookies did you guys see in fantasy maybe in 2023 that you're excited to see come back next year? So we had a lot of good ones.
Okay. You want me to take this one or you want to go first?
Yeah, you got it.
So Brendan kind of gave it away for me, but Sam Laporta. Even though, like you said, it's the offseason, I looked at his production at Iowa. And, you know, Iowa's been putting out tight ends like crazy. You know, they got, you know, a couple guys already in the league, Kittle, and I forget the guy with Seattle, but they got, you know, 2 or 3 guys in the league going back to Dallas Clark when he was with the Colts. So I was like, all right, college production. He's going to a tight end happy offense. Jared Goff likes throwing the ball to the tight end. So I was like, I'm going to take a flyer on Laporta. Actually, I got him in our rookie draft. Which
you drafted him?
Yeah.
Wow.
So and those dudes, we were out drinking and doing the rookie draft. They were laughing at me. They're like, "Who is this guy?" I was like, "Wait and see." So
let's not bring up the rookie draft.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Laporta in his second year because the first year was just pure talent. Now you got 17, 19 games under your belt. You know the game, so I'm expecting bigger production from him.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I got somebody like that for my rookie draft.
The rookie draft did not go well. So who you might be excited to see that was a rookie last year going into this year?
Puka. I'm excited to see Puka. I want to see what he's gonna do because I want to know if he's gonna change. People got film on him now.
Yeah.
So how is he gonna react?
Yeah.
And I thought his production was gonna go down when Cooper Kupp came back.
I did too.
I thought his production was gonna go down. And honestly, it went up.
It did.
It went up. So I want to see how he's gonna do this next season.
But
might disappear.
What's that?
Say it again, Jacob.
I was just saying, I feel like Cooper Kupp might just disappear off the face of the earth.
He's getting up there. He's getting up there. Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all either. You're right. But the thing about Puka, did you see him dunk that ball? I didn't realize he was that explosive. It translates. It translates. So
yeah, those legs. That's what that is. Just young legs.
Yeah. And when you look at it, you're like, okay, well, he's not that explosive. But when he drove the lane and dunked that ball, I was like, okay, that's why he's always open. That's funny. That's a good one. That was a good one.
And I mean, I watched that game. You know, CJ Stroud, he could play too.
Yes.
Yeah, he can.
We saw that one coming. Me and Brendan saw that one coming.
Yeah. Because he played in high school, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
he was already playing.
He gave Jaime Jaquez 40 apparently.
Yeah, but the thing with Stroud, when you look at the Texans offense, they had a left tackle who could block, Laramie Tunsil. and they had just extended him. So if you're gonna put a rookie quarterback behind a good left tackle, it'll work. That's the biggest difference between him and Bryce Young. Bryce Young doesn't have a left tackle that can protect him.
Yeah,
it's not gonna work. So we called me and Brendan was talking about that all summer last year.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of good rookies. I mean, again, Dirty Birds. You know, we had Bijan Robinson.
Yeah,
on my fantasy team too. And we had a lot going on this year though. But
and thankfully y'all got rid of a coach who wouldn't give him the ball.
Exactly.
That was crazy. I didn't get that.
I didn't get that either because especially the first couple games, I mean, we're like, this guy, he might be one of the best, running backs in the league just off his rookie year.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He has talent. He can catch the ball. Shifties, I don't know what.
He's your best player. Get him the ball.
Yeah, right.
It didn't make sense.
Even with Kyle Pitts and Drake London, like I felt like they didn't get the ball enough.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I mean, you need a quarterback.
Right. You're exactly right. There's no way to win in NFL if your best teams don't get the ball. And I drafted Kyle Pitts on my fantasy team last year. I was like, oh god, what did I do?
Yeah, and he was on my team this year. I went with the homers. I was a homer with this time.
Oh man,
you gotta have a home. You gotta have a homer. You need at least one on your team. Yeah. At least one.
Yeah. But
Kyle Pitts, that was tough. That was tough. I mean,
them guys on the Falcons, when they get off the bus, though, that's a legit team when they get off the bus, though.
That's true. And I mean, I was just talking with Ian. I mean, I'll go ahead and ask you guys as well. We've got this quarterback situation with us, right? So we're not going to bring Des Ridder back, thankfully. There's been some names floating around, especially with rookies and, of course, Justin Fields. Who do you think the Falcons should pick up?
So I think that depends on what y'all do at the quarterback situation. So if y'all, let's say y'all get Fields, then I think y'all could beef up the O-line some more because there's nothing wrong with having more O-linemen. There isn't. So I think y'all can either beef up the O-line or get somebody on the defensive side. That's really important. But I think the whole thing really depends on what y'all going to do in that quarterback situation. That's going to affect everything. It's same with Chicago.
Yeah.
Because everybody's trying to figure out what Chicago's going to do with that number one pick.
Yeah.
That all depends on what they're going to do with Justin Fields.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you. So to me, the Falcons have to go get Fields. It makes sense. He's from the area. You got to get people in the seats, and they need a quarterback. Fields can play.
I agree.
I think from Chicago's standpoint, you trade Fields and you draft a guy at the top. You got the number one pick. That rarely happens. And to me, going back to the left tackle, Braxton Jones has been in the NFL 2 seasons. He's starting his 3rd season as a left tackle starter. He can block. So you put a rookie behind a guy who can block, you're good.
Yep.
Trade Fields. And I don't say that because Fields can't play. Fields is a legit pro. But if you trade him, you start the clock or reset the clock on your quarterback's rookie contract. That's how you win in the NFL. It's an easy formula. So hopefully Fields will be in the black and red next year.
Hopefully. Jacob, you want Fields?
I really badly want Fields, and I agree. Everything you just said was preaching. I see that we're like the rumor mill. We're starting to become heavy favorites to get him. I think it's only a matter of time at this point before we get him. At least that's what I hope. But I think that's the missing piece before a Super Bowl. That's really what I think.
For sure. What do y'all think about Kirk Cousins going to Atlanta? I just been hearing that in the news. Not that I think that he should go over Justin Fields, but I just been hearing it a lot.
To me, I think Kirk Cousins is too expensive. He's on the back end. He's on the back end of his career, and trust me, Kirk Cousins has done more with less than anybody in the league. You look at his contract history; he fleeced the NFL like 3 times. But to me, if all of us own the NFL team together, I'm not going to invest a lot of money in an older quarterback. I'm going to go young, try to get a guy on his rookie deal, and hope that he can outplay his deal. Or, if I had to extend Fields, or if I had to give Fields an extension, he's not going to be as expensive as Kirk Cousins. So Kirk can play. Don't get me wrong, but that wouldn't be my first choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from a money standpoint, I think it definitely makes sense just to get Fields.
Yeah, for sure.
And like we're saying, I mean, Fields, he's also younger. He's definitely more experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just tell you I worked in the Falcon Stadium this past season. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Fans, they would love. I mean, I'm talking about would love Justin Fields. He could he could run the ball as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd be somebody that the fans definitely would be there for.
Yeah.
So
It
Fields for sure.
It definitely makes sense just from a social standpoint.
Yeah.
It's a good fit. But even with Ritter coming out of college, they knew him coming out of college, he didn't have the arm strength to make all the NFL throws.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that wasn't going to work. So, he's a good backup, though.
Yeah.
Still a backup for sure.
Or he was drafted to be a backup.
Yeah. Yep.
For sure. Well, let's talk about the draft a little bit.
Yeah.
Any rookies?
Yeah.
Any rookies that you guys are particularly excited to see play next year?
Ooh, that's a good question. You want me to go first, or you gonna go first?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so the rookie I'm looking at is Keon Coleman, Florida State wide receiver. I feel like it's not a lot of pub going on about him, but if you play basketball at Michigan State and football at Florida State at a high level, you're an athlete. So I'm keeping my eye on him, even in our rookie draft. If he's sitting there, I'm gonna get him. But I'm looking at Keon Coleman.
He reminds me of Mike Evans a little bit.
He does, man. Mm-hmm. But if you watch his basketball tape, dude his dunks and his explosion to the rim is off the charts, man. And it's just, I like dual sport athletes. I like guys that play a couple different sports and they're like elite at both of them. Yeah. To me, that's a proven pro. So that's why I'm kind of stuck on Keon Coleman, to be honest with you.
All right.
I like Bowers.
That's a great pick.
Yeah. So look, in our league, I don't know what kind of league y'all have. We're in a PPR league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So point per reception, that's beautiful for tight ends and running backs.
Yeah.
I love it. And those are my main focuses every time. I'm over here giving out secrets.
We all are.
Yeah, no, we good.
Yeah.
But no, those that's my main thing when I draft is go for a good running back or a good tight end who catch the ball a lot. Yeah. But
Bowers,
dude, he's shorter, but he's still fast, and he got that weight to him.
He's a day one guy. He been nice. The moment he got on Georgia's campus, he was nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's not.
Like it. That's a good one. That's a good one. They're down in Atlanta, so they know all about them guys in Georgia.
Yeah. What'd you say, Jacob?
I was just saying that he looks too big to be moving that fast.
Yeah.
He's an athletic kid, man. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I'm a fan, so I've seen him personally just destroy our team.
Oh. Yeah. He can play, man. He can play.
Yards, nothing you could do.
I think it depends on the team he goes to, though. Like I think he's definitely going to need a good quarterback getting the ball, because like you're really only as good as your quarterback or your offensive line. Like
that's a great point.
It's definitely going to depend on that.
Yeah, that's a great point. For
sure.
Yeah. Because I think that's where a lot of guys mess up in fantasy. They focus on trying to find a guy that nobody else wants to draft. Or no, man, look at the team. Look at the team. And I think this might be an answer for another question you sent, but I look at the left tackle. I study left tackles because if you don't have a left tackle in the NFL, your quarterback has no shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you look at all the verbiage about Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy without Trent Williams, totally different player. Okay. So look at left tackles in your draft. That'll help you differentiate between two players that are close. Mm-hmm. If the other one's got a better left tackle, go with that guy. I'm telling you, it's proven.
Okay. I asked number 6 too. What position are you looking at come fantasy time?
Oh man.
6.
So back to what we was talking about running back and tight ends, that PPR. So it's mainly running backs. It's mainly running backs.
Yeah.
Because in the past 3 years I've been in the fantasy football, I did not have a good running back at all. And this year, I said I was gonna get it, or last year I said I was gonna get a good running back.
Yeah.
I drafted Aaron Jones. First game, he blew up. I was like, okay, this is great. This is beautiful. Then he got hurt. And then it went downhill from there.
Dude, you drafted a good team. He really did. He really did. He's only 21, right? But he drafted Aaron Jones. Then he took Devontae Smith and
Jalen
Waddle. And Fields was his quarterback. So we left the draft. I was like, he did pretty good. Yeah, Aaron Jones got you, though. As soon as he got hurt, it went downhill.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones got a lot of people for sure. He got a lot of people.
And the crazy thing was, at the end of the season, as soon as the fantasy season ended, he blew up again.
Going off.
Right. It's crazy. I mean, that's the game. Honestly,
yeah, that's how it goes.
That's exactly how it goes. So one of our members, Julian, tore his Achilles playing flag football. I don't ask me why, don't ask me how, but he's unable to sit in the chair right now. So he's putting some questions in here.
Okay.
He wants to know how you guys feel about Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, and Drake May.
I think,
and who you think is the best is going to be the best out of those three.
Outstanding question. So this is my thing. Jalen Daniels, his frame scares me. He's tall and skinny. I don't know if he can take NFL hits on a regular basis. I'm not there. Caleb Williams, I like. You get a lot of scuttlebutt about these kids when the draft starts.
Mm-hmm.
He's this, he's that, he's this. The one thing they haven't said is he doesn't have arm strength. He can throw the ball.
Yeah.
He can throw it. And if you watch him play, he changes his arm angles based on his throw. That's what NFL quarterbacks do.
Mm-hmm.
So without a doubt, he's the number one pick. That kid can play. Drake May, he's basically the guy that Commanders drafted, Sam Howell. They're the same dude. They went to the same school. They got the same skill set. You're going to get the same thing. So, do what you want on Drake May, but I'm not really seeing it.
Okay.
I like Williams, though. I'm on Williams' train.
I'm on Williams, too.
He is the number one pick. And something's going to happen, just like last year when they said C.J. Stroud did bad on that test. How'd that work out?
Yeah.
So they're going to keep kind of knocking him down until some team is going to draft him and they're going to get a stud. If Chicago going to take him, it might be one of the biggest mistakes in sports.
Well,
I like it.
What a lot of people are saying is that he doesn't have the right attitude, that his attitude bit off. If you were an NFL owner, are you still drafting him despite what they've been saying about his attitude?
So those would be the red flags. I don't like the fingernail painting. I don't like the writing, the messages F you to the other team on your hand and stuff like that. It's a team sport. You shouldn't have to get motivated to win. All that stuff. You don't see Tom Brady painting his nails and writing stuff on his hand. You don't see people doing that kind of stuff. So that would be the red flag for me. Mm-hmm. If I'm a GM, I'm having conversations about how you're carrying yourself. But, I just got a sneaky feeling, man. He's going to be a guy from day one that you can count on.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a fair take. He's definitely young and inexperienced. He's gonna make some mistakes off the field for sure. But I think on the field he's definitely the best prospect at quarterback, at least in the draft.
Yeah, because honestly, to me, I thought he should have came out last year. Because once you win the Heisman Trophy, you have this tremendous year. It's all gonna go down from there. You're not gonna repeat that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, I get it. They said his parents kind of advised him to go back, and with NIL, you probably made more money at USC than on a rookie contract in the NFL. So I get it, but he's gonna be all right, man. I like him, but Jaden Daniels, I just physically, man, I like to, when I talk to people, I like to use this analogy. If us five owned an NFL team, I would say, look, man, this dude's tall and skinny.
Lamar's tall and skinny?
He's not as explosive as Lamar, though.
I was just going to say Lamar. I think Lamar had the same kind of build, but Lamar's just too fast for people to touch. So get that.
Lamar's a quick twitch athlete. He's going to outrun you every time. Jay Daniels is not the athlete that Lamar Jackson is. So I was thinking that too. I said Lamar's tall and skinny. Why would you? But that's it. He's just not as explosive as Lamar Jackson. But to me, Caleb Williams is the safest pick. That's where I would go.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams, are we all in agreement?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds good to me. No, he's a heck of a player. No, he's definitely a heck of a player.
I will say this one thing about Jaden Daniels. I do like his ability to run and throw. Like I think that's probably the biggest trait I think you need in a quarterback, just the dual threat. Just because most O lines aren't that great in the O line. I feel
exactly.
You have to be able to escape when you need to, but you need to throw like when you need to. So I feel like he's really close to Caleb Williams in my opinion, just from a ability standpoint.
Yeah, I think so like I said, we're in Richmond, Virginia, so we're not far from DC. We get a lot of Commanders coverage.
Okay.
The Commanders just cut their left tackle, Charles Leno Jr. So they're going to draft a guy or address the position in free agency. So if they put Jaden Daniels behind the line and that left tackle can't block, dude, his mom is going to have something to say about that. I'm telling you, just. But yeah, he reminds me of DTR, the guy that Cleveland drafted, the quarterback. They have a similar build, and DTR surprised me. I watched him throw at the combine last year, and I was telling Brendan, I said he threw the slant better than all those guys. He threw the best slant in the combine, and he held his own in the NFL. So Jaden Daniels might be okay, but like I said, if I'm a GM, his build it worries me. I wouldn't do it.
That's fair, yeah.
Are you guys believers in the combine? There's been a lot of talk surrounding it right now. Some people have opted not to throw.
Yeah.
You guys think the combine is still necessary?
What you think?
I don't know, because Caleb did say, he was like, y'all want to see me throw? Y'all got plenty of film. It's better than me throwing in the backyard, basically.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
Well, what do you think I was going to say?
Because see, I'm the guy that takes off work early so I come and watch the combine. I might be a handful of people that do that, but I think the combine is great. I love it.
I agree. I think the combine is really important.
Yeah.
Because like if you have film on all these athletes, they all look good on camera. Once you get them in a 40, that tells you who can really move.
Yeah.
All of them can move on camera.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm the social guy, so I'm big on the traditions that we have in the sports. You know what I mean? I'm a big basketball guy. A lot of people have questions about our All-Star weekend in the NBA and if we should continue to do the thing. And I'm like, no, I'm that guy that likes to watch, the skills competition. I watch the 3-point. I just like to see all those guys in the collective space at least attempting or trying to compete a little bit, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because really the combine focuses on consistency. If you run a 4.340, you have a 40-inch vertical and your broad jump is like 11 and a half feet. That tells me all I need to know.
Right.
Your body does things that the average person can't do. I'm gonna draft you. So I love the combine. It gives me clues to who can play and who can't play. I think one year when he was like in elementary school, and I shouldn't even tell this story, but I picked him up early because the combine was on, and we watched. So they gonna call social services on me. But Byron Jones, nobody was talking about him, right? Byron Jones jumped off the screen, and you're like, wait a second. No average human can jump that far. And it changed his whole career. He got drafted in the first round off of his combine. So, man, the combine is important. I think these dudes are losing some traction on it and trying to make a mark in their career. They got pro days at their colleges, which is cool, but I like the combine because you're competing against guys that you don't know. Right. And when you line up in NFL games, you're not gonna know everybody you're playing against. So I like the combine.
I will say it can be a little bit unfair to athletes. Like, for example, Elijah Holyfield. He was at Georgia. He was a beast at Georgia.
Yeah.
How many yards he had that season? Maybe like 800 or something.
Right. Right.
So the combine runs a 4.7, 4.8, and all of a sudden even getting more.
Yeah.
So it can be a bit unfair.
It can be, but in Holyfield's case, man, it's not. He's a powerful dude, but it's his lateral quickness.
Yeah.
Because in the NFL, you got to make the first guy miss, and you got to move laterally. And that's another way I choose my fantasy running back. I look at their lateral quickness. I want to see how they move laterally because it's not going to be a hole every time. You got to make the first guy miss. And I think Holyfield, his lateral quickness is not quite NFL level. Which sucks because he's a good dude. I like his game, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I asked Ian, Jacob, you guys got anything else for Fantasy Matters?
No, you asked the question I was going to ask, so nah.
Yeah, about fantasy positions.
Oh, the most underrated one?
Why?
Oh,
yeah. We could talk. Yeah, let's talk about that really quick.
Yeah, you underrated. Yeah. What do y'all think are the most let's do this. Okay. What do y'all think are the top 3 most underrated positions like to draft in fantasy football?
Mine are gonna be the ones that you need. So I think number 1 is defense.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Number 2,
don't say it.
It's kicker. And then number 3 is running back.
Okay.
But that also depends on what kind of league you're in.
Yeah.
Our league, oh yeah. Running back is beautiful. But I'm trying to. So last year, so we use CBS to draft.
Okay.
And CBS ranked the pick that I did, and in round 5 or 6, I picked the Eagles defense because I already had my squad. I had a QB, I had a running back, and 2 receivers. I was gonna get a tight end, but all the good tight ends were gone. So I was like, I'm gonna just pick up some random one at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna get a defense. I picked up the Eagles defense, and apparently the CBS, it was the worst pick in the draft. They said it was the worst pick in the draft.
Dude, they gave me a D+ on my draft. Hot, man. I was like, come on, man. And I drafted a good team, man. Yeah, but nah, he hit it.
But nah, so I think the defense is number 1, and then kicker is number 2, running back is number 3. Because I'm not gonna lie, you have a Justin Tucker type kicker, hey, he'll win you some games.
Yeah, win some games.
Yeah, those tight games for sure.
Yeah.
What kicker did you have?
Who did I have? I was gonna pick up Justin Tucker with the 6th pick. Right. That's what it was. But I think I didn't get Jake Elliott. Who did I get?
I don't know.
I think I got Harrison Butker.
You did have Butker from the Chiefs.
I did. Yeah, I got Harrison Butker. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I apologize. I can't remember the name, but I picked up Detroit's kicker because I figured they were going to get in a lot of shoutouts. And varying degrees of success.
What I found out with kickers is just like I think the best kickers are the kickers that are on the teams that don't score.
Right.
Don't have the best quarterbacks because they always get 40 or 30, and
I like it.
Yeah, see, that's what I did because I knew the Chiefs' offense wasn't great, so I was like, they just gonna get past a 50 and get stopped.
Yeah,
that's what I thought, and it worked out for a little bit.
Yeah. That the kicker the Cowboys picked up, the rookie kicker the Cowboys has, he was clutch. I wish I had him. I'm sorry, man. I forget. I don't know his name right off, but the kicker the Cowboys had, he was money all season long. When we draft this year, that's the guy I'm gonna target for sure.
What round are you gonna get him in?
It'll probably be
don't do what I did.
7 or 8.
Okay,
I say 7 or 8.
You're gonna have to do it early. Because that's what I did. As soon as I picked up the Eagles defense, everybody started taking defenses.
Yeah. Because really, the key to fantasy, you got to get your first 3 picks right. If you miss on your first 3 picks, you may as well give your money to your buddies because you're not gonna win.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about. That I was thinking about asking you guys this. So, what are the stakes of your fantasy league?
So we're like in a cheap league. Most of us are just working dudes. The winner gets like 150, and we have like a weekly $50 prize for like largest score, biggest margin of victory, stuff like that. We give out a $50 prize every week. So it's not like a big money league, man. Money's hard to come by, so I'm not gonna give it away in my fantasy league. So it's just pretty chill. It's just a bunch of dudes that I work with, and it's fun though. It's a lot of fun.
No, the bragging rights, those are priceless.
Oh,
bragging
yeah.
rights are priceless.
You get thrown around a lot.
Oh,
They
yeah,
get thrown
bro.
around a lot.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. Ian won our league. He made sure we knew.
Get him, Ian. Get him, Ian.
It was a long season.
Yeah,
Season.
yeah. That's
whatever.
cool. That's cool.
Well, all right, guys. Again, thank you so much for getting on here. Got a lot of knowledge about fantasy, how you guys are picking, and about some of these players this season and coming up as well.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's
been great. We'll get on anytime. Y'all are good dudes, and we enjoy meeting good people. So we're always available. Just let us know.
Absolutely. No, we're definitely gonna have to get you guys on before next season. Seeing if anything has changed or you guys' ideas for who you're picking.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And we'll let you know. But thank you so much, guys.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
No problem.
That music be going crazy.
It did.
I was kind of vibing for a minute. Like it goes a little bit hard. But at Take 5, we are back, of course. A little quick intermission. We're doing that now. Special thanks again to Fantasy Matters VA. That was a good discussion. Those are some good guys. You know, you can tell they definitely love the game and have some good knowledge too. Definitely some good knowledge.
Yeah.
Real quick, Jacob, I think, well, let me. Bro deserves a round of applause. The Philadelphia 76ers beat the Charlotte Hornets. Hey! Hey!
That's lit. Hey.
We love to see it. We love to see it. And
y'all are tough.
But
y'all are tough.
we have.
No, we are.
Yeah, on the way to the finals.
Said it.
We got episode 14 here, Storm Reform. Just a few things. Just a few things I wanted to touch on really quick. This shouldn't take very long. We're gonna have a nice little casual discussion about a few things. So, first and foremost, March Madness is coming up. Of course, it is March, I think 2nd at this point. This is March 2nd.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, March 2nd. March Madness is coming up. Had a little bit of national news coming from the NCAA D1 men's basketball, really basketball in general. All right. So we got coaches, people, higher ups, if you will, media spokespeople upset about court storming in the game. Okay. So obviously we saw, I believe it was a couple months ago, maybe more, maybe less. Caitlin Clark, she got court stormed, right? So somebody ran into her. It was a whole thing. And then, of course, we got Filipkowski, Duke, going out bad to Wake Forest, stormed the court. They basically stampede this bad. I think he rolls his ankle or something like that. And there was an outrage that went about as a result of this. So I want to ask you guys, has court storming been played out? Is it time to ban this from the game?
I mean, I don't even know what that means. Like, first of all, I didn't know court storming was allowed in the first place. Like, and let's say they ban it. Do you think that's going to stop a student section from storming the court?
So let's talk about what we mean by ban. Obviously, nobody is going to be able to hold, hundreds of kids from running onto the court at full force. But there could be some severe fines in place for this for those particular schools. So obviously the schools, they could tell their students, like, look, like, we cannot have this, or we're going to be docking it from your tuition or something like that. Right. And they could, like, I don't see why not. Like, they got many different fees that I still don't know why I was paying going to school. So it's just like, they could take it out of people's check. Somebody floated the idea that, okay, you got security guards out there or whatever, like, why not detain, some of the people that go down there, like, and just arrest them or something like that. Like,
nah, dude, this is a tradition. Like, people have been storming courts and fields, like, I feel like, for a minute now. Like, I don't see why punishing people for it is the next step. Like, maybe they could, like, slow it down a little, like, so the players can get off the court. But, like, whoa, like, they need that in the sport. I feel like that's what sports is all about. Like, whoa, upsets, storming the court, we won. Like,
I mean, yeah, definitely collegiate sports. I mean, they've been doing this for decades upon decades. Nothing has really changed, as a matter of fact. Like, I just put, like, these are all court stormings, I believe, this year alone. Don't quote me on that, but I believe this year alone. The problem is when you start hurting, players, right? Yeah, that's the asset. I mean, that's why we do this thing. These are big money guys, especially with NIL coming into play. Y'all are telling me there's nothing we can do?
Man, he should have got off the court faster.
Yeah, like, what? Like, come on. He knew it was coming. Like, he was the one who lost. He was the one who got upset. He knew it was coming.
So he's supposed to just run off the court as soon as the buzzer sounds? Like, he's supposed to just sprint off?
Yes. I mean, damn near. Like, come on. Like, they were coming. He knew they were coming.
Dude, you got to get a little loser's limp out there at least. Like, hey, no, you're not gonna shake the hand of your opponent or anything like that. We just, it's just a stampede. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Jacob, real quick, you told me that Auburn might win it all. You still standing on that?
Yeah.
That's a 5-part. We'll let it play out. We'll definitely.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll have to see.
We'll let it play out for sure. All right, I don't have the stats up, but real quick, Coach Steve Kerr. All right, he's signing a 2-year deal with the Warriors, making him the most paid, highest paid coach in NBA basketball. All right. Just off of what we know about his time with the Warriors, right? Is Steve Kerr an overrated coach, or does he deserve every penny that's come his way?
I think he deserves every penny that comes his way. Like, it doesn't matter who's on your team. Like, you can say, like, he got carried, like, by KD or Curry, but we saw once KD left, and it was really, really, honestly, in my opinion, just Curry who was really carrying that team. He beat a better team in the finals in 7 games. So, like, at the end of the day, you got to tip your cap. Like, he's what, 4-time champion as a coach. You can't really argue with that.
No, bro, that's an overrated coach for sure. Like, yeah, 100% overrated.
Who's overrated?
Yes.
He was supposed to beat that Celtics team when they just had Curry and old Draymond and old Clay.
Why are you giving Steve Kerr the credit for that? Did Curry not average like 35 that finals?
He had to.
He's the head coach. I mean, he was the one calling the shots for the most part. So it's just like,
oh, you think he was on the whiteboard like, hey, Curry, go ISO.
Dude,
I mean,
we got the best out of Jordan Poole, and we see what Jordan Poole is doing right now, right? Like Jordan Poole is damn near like unplayable. He was literally their sixth man.
Was unplayable on the Warriors last year.
I'm talking about when they won a championship, he was their sixth man pretty much of the year. He was the sixth man of the year that year, and he won a championship, and now he's terrible. This is like 2 years removed.
That has nothing to do with Steve Kerr.
So Steve Kerr didn't get the best version of Jordan Poole we've seen.
I guess last year, you think he got the best?
2 years ago, when they won the chip,
Was he not on Steve Kerr's team last year? Yes,
I'm talking about when they won the chip, though.
But he was on his team multiple years.
Next question, bro. You're not gonna answer it.
Just a few things. Just a few things. I believe that there's a lot that goes into head coaching that we have to discuss. First of all, head coaches, they pick their staff, right? Steve Kerr has had many great assistant coaches on his staff, like a lot of great people. We go from don't quote me.
The Kings dude
was Mike. Yeah, it was Mike. Mike Brown was on the Warriors staff, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
We talk about Mike Brown. Luke Walton was over there, I believe. Mm-hmm. He put in some good years before, we talk about Kenny Atkinson. These guys definitely helped his cause, especially when it comes to the X's and O's standpoint. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Steve Kerr, but he has to deal with a lot of different personalities. He's had a lot of different types of players that came through the Warriors organization. And like Ian has, talked about just a little bit, he's gotten the most out of a lot of these guys. Like we talk about guys like Andrew Wiggins, for example. I mean, he was a quote unquote bust before he got to Golden State. What? Then he came in. He was an all-star, arguably the second best player on that championship team.
I thought he was the second best player.
So again, you talk about a Jordan Poole type of player as well. I mean, there have been reports, rumors coming around that are saying that he doesn't have the greatest attitude of a player. He was definitely able to come in with Steph, all of those other guys, and be a quote unquote splash bro junior or whatever you want to call him. He was a good player for them. He was. And last but not least, I'll pose this question to you guys. Is there any other coach, any other head coach that could command the respect, attention, and get the most out of a Draymond Green? Let me know.
I'm trying to think.
No.
Yeah, see, that just shows Kerr's greatness.
That just shows that he's stubborn and he decided on keeping a mid player and building around him.
What are you talking about?
We could. I believe Coach Kerr has a lot. There's a lot of things we could blame Coach Kerr for. Like, let's talk about Kevin Durant leaving the Warriors, right? You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about Draymond being enabled to the point where he's punching at players, right? Like, there are things that we can harp on him about. But overall, I believe, he's done a pretty good job. He took Mark Jackson's system and ran with it. Now these guys are all Hall of Famers. So, I mean, hey, I think he's deserving. At the end of the day.
I think it's Mark Jackson. Let's keep it real.
Dude. And one thing I'll add about Steve Kerr is he might have like taken on Mark Jackson's like team and stuff, but he did renovate it and he made it better by making Steph Curry in that offense a passing offense and running through Steph Curry. Like before Steve Kerr, it wasn't just passing. Like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson have said this a bunch of times. They weren't passing as much as they were with Mark Jackson. When Steve Kerr came there, it was all about passing. And I think that is the reason they're so good. Like Draymond is able to get Steph Curry open just because they literally like they think alike. Like they know where he's going. They know when he's gonna cut. Like I think that's what Steve Kerr adds. Like he added a layer to that team.
And the league catches up with you. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like you can coach the same way for however long this team has been together, 8 years or whatever it's been. Like it catches up with you. Like, and he deserves a lot of credit. All right, let's get throwed. Let's get throwed, shall we? Okay. So we got some football news that we got to talk about. First, we'll start on the left with Tyreek Hill. Let me get my spectacles for this one, just so I'm not butchering any of these words that I'm about to read. Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill is being sued for assault and negligence by a woman who claims she broke her leg when he charged at her during a backyard football drill. Sophie Hall claims she managed to hold her own and knock him backward during football drills, which made him angry. The hit by Hill knocked her to the ground and caused her to break her leg, per the lawsuit. I don't know if Jacob's with this, but Ian, I'll ask you. I mean, bro, you know, I believe his kids as well. Obviously, he's a key part of that Miami organization. He's running football drills in his backyard with Instagram models in the off season. Is he throwing?
It's just like that. Just sounds like that doesn't even sound real. Like I like to give the woman the benefit of the doubt, like 99% of the time. But like, why would he be doing that?
Hold on, though. Because my dad actually brought this to my attention. My dad got the report first. Okay. When he said this to me and I heard the name Tyreek Hill, I believed every word that came after it.
I mean, he's thrown.
I believed every single word. Listen, Tyreek Hill, he's well known. He gets around, if you will. He definitely gets around. So I'm just like, hey, you get a few too many drinks in the backyard, you know what I mean? You're having a good time. You start to get pissed off, like, you know, dang, like, should have been me in the Super Bowl. one thing leads to another. Then it's just like, hey, like.
So, like, he trucked her, is what she's saying?
Who is the? I believe, and I hate to do this on the podcast, but there's a video out there, a very old video. I believe it's of Deshaun Watson and Mia Khalifa playing mini basketball in the crib.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
okay, I can see it.
Like, I can see, you know, something happened. Like, and this is just what I think. I don't know if this is facts or not. I believe he was trying to run some type of a model football game in his yard. Like, I think that's what happened. Like,
okay, more context makes it make more sense for sure.
And even more context, this is a plus size model as well. Okay, so you know,
yeah, he probably thought he could, you know, yeah, yeah.
Maybe hashtag too small. I don't know.
Yeah, he might have got.
I simply don't know.
He might have went out bad.
Speaking about that, spectacles on again. Tom Brady has accepted that his ex-wife Giselle, I don't know how to pronounce that, had been cheating on him with jiu-jitsu trainer Joaquin Valente starting years ago. Now, again, we're not trying to get into people's personal business, anything like that. These guys make billions upon billions, all right? See, I was in Tampa Bay. You know, I was in the area. I was in that stadium as well. It was well known that Tom and his wife had experienced some difficulties, if you will. So I just want to ask you, Ian, do you believe that this lady would cheat on the greatest quarterback of all time? Like, do you think this will happen?
I mean, from her standpoint, like, he was cheating on her with football, like, in his last years, like, so she probably thought it was okay, like, so I mean, she was probably, you know, getting a little flirty with them, you know, stop it, you know. Like, but no, I don't think she crossed the line like when they were married though. I don't think she did that. That would have been too
obviously they have a couple kids. It's been well known that she was very frustrated about the fact that yes, he played football. He was gone from the house the majority of the time, and I mean, do you think Tom should have just hung up the shoes a bit earlier, like for his family? Like,
I mean, he got him a little extra ring at the end of the career. So and it seems like he's still cool with his kids. Like, it's just really. I mean, it's what he wants. I mean, it seems like he's okay. I'm sure he's got his own fiance or whatever right now. Like, I'm sure he's straight. Like,
I mean, he's definitely straight. He's more than straight.
Like, yeah, he's up.
I just want to say one thing, and then we can leave it alone. LeBron Ramon James would never go. Would never go. It never happened to him. Like these things would never happen. I'm just saying. Like
that's true. That's true.
I'm just saying. There are levels. All right. A little bit more hoops. This might be my last slide. Yeah, this is my last slide that we're gonna get up out of here. The Los Angeles Clippers. All right. So they unveiled a new logo along with new jerseys to go with their newly built arena in Los Angeles. So they're out of the basement of the Los Angeles Lakers, right? That distant cousin is finally, getting their bag, packing their bags, and going to somewhere else where they may belong. This logo was unveiled. Okay. Obviously, when Twitter gets a hold of anything new, they've got to hate. I mean, you gotta hate. I mean, like it's different. You gotta hate on it. So I just want to ask you. I mean, you see that logo right there? Are you digging the Clippers' new logo first and foremost? I don't know if you could read all those words to signify, but it was something about a boat for the fact that they be at San Diego's harbor, and it's like a compass talking about they're going in the right direction. And what do you think?
I mean, like, it looks okay, I guess. Like, it didn't really move me, like, from a new image, new look standpoint. But like, I guess it's okay. Like, but what I really didn't understand is like, why are they trying to revamp their look when they have old players? Like, these guys probably won't even be here in a couple of years.
I mean, it's about the franchise, though. You know what I mean? Like, they're getting their own arena for the first time in history. So you got to have a little bit of a change, Why not?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't think they're going to be very good in the future. So, I mean, it's just I think it's wasting money, in my opinion. Like, just put that money somewhere else.
I mean, let me just make sure they have money to blow. Like, let that be known.
Their owner is blowing money.
Yeah, he's definitely blowing money. But let's say they win a championship this year, maybe next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just propelling that franchise. Sometimes you got to have your own independence, and I like that about it.
That's fair.
But this logo, however, there's been complaints about the National Basketball Association to the fact that we've forgotten our grassroots. You know what I mean? Like we've got LED arenas, we've got a in-season tournament now. You know what I mean? It's like it's change after change after change. Mm-hmm. We have to be able to get back to tradition. You know what I mean? We have to be able to get back to tradition. The Atlanta Hawks, for instance, they went back to their old logo. I believe they had the same one in the 80s that they went back to, mm-hmm. From the 2000s. This right here, it's too much. It's too much going on here. Like, it's just, I don't know. I mean, we're only 20 something years old, but it's just all those years of the Clippers logo being the same. Like it's you know when you see that, you know it's the Clippers. Now it's more like an emblem, like it's like a I don't know, like a badge almost looking like.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll get used to it though. Like we get like teams change their logos all the time. I don't think I've even noticed it. Like half the times the Sixers and like Eagles, they be changing their logo. I don't even notice it like till the end of the year, but or if it's like on a jersey.
Tweak it.
Yeah,
they tweak it.
Yeah, they tweak it.
They don't completely,
Yeah, that's true.
Change everything. That's why I'm just like,
it's okay. I mean,
I don't know.
Something new. It's not always
definitely new.
Not good though. I always see it.
I don't know. If I had to give it a grade, I'd say like a C. Like, no pun intended. Like, I give it a C.
It's gonna be minus.
But I mean, look at the jerseys though. I mean, the jerseys to me look the same.
Yeah, they're exact same. Like maybe like a little color wave down the side, but like other than that,
that's exactly what they did. Like they switched the I guess design on the side a little bit, but I just
in my opinion,
I'm not knowing
why they did all this. Like I felt like they could have, I don't know, revamped their stadium, or I guess I don't know. I just didn't think this was what they needed right now.
I could tell if they won a championship, maybe. Like,
like,
they won something.
Yeah, like after this year, like they won something like cool, like they deserved it, but like I don't know.
Not knowing. And you got anything else before we end this off?
No, not really. Just want to say Sixers on the come up. Getting Jamal back in a few weeks, so
like y'all are just not good. Like the score at the end of the game won't tell you that it was battling you.
No,
I don't think they had Brandon Miller playing. Of course, no LaMelo Ball or anything like that, but like they were battling you for a long time. Y'all pulled away in the fourth or whatever. But like,
we were missing some shots, but I mean that happens. Like we move.
Y'all move at a snail's pace. Like I don't see y'all moving anywhere very fast. Is all I'm trying to say. Like
that's fine. That's fine.
I guess it is. But like, last thing, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton held scoreless in an NBA basketball game.
Then he only played like 16 minutes, though, right?
Because, bro, they're getting blasted by 30 plus during this game. So no, he didn't come back in the fourth quarter. That would just be silly. Like, then I just say he was trying to pad his stats, pad his average or something like that.
Hey,
like,
it happened.
I promise you, it doesn't.
Didn't it happen to Trey?
Be for real.
Didn't Trey in the actually? Let me check.
On God, on not scoreless. Never scoreless. Yeah. Like that's egregious in this league.
That is
like,
egregious. That is.
I mean, that was like 0 for 6, 0 for 7 or something like it, bro. Not a free throw.
Yeah.
Like, no. Actually, he may have got a free throw and missed it, actually. Don't let me catch him. Don't let me catch this.
No, I think he had the donut.
Because I mean, when you're a minus, like Siakam was a minus 43, he was a minus 40.
Jesus.
Yeah, no free throws, no trips to the line. Mm-hmm. It's cardio, man. It's just cardio. That's 8-5, man. We're going to see y'all next week. Make sure y'all follow us on all platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, Twitter, TikTok as well, Instagram. We're going to be coming out with daily content, so stay tuned for that. And we will catch y'all guys next week.